Mark is a retired grandfather from Louisiana that loves staying on the move.
I have a small farm. Basically, it's land. I don't have cattle. I run cattle with my nephew, but I have tractors, and I like to get out there and play on them and work around, just do in country stuff. I'm a country boy, have always been. I grew up around cows, farming, went to work in the chemical industry, and wound up being there for about 40 years. Had some physical issues that I had to retire. I'm in between states. I go from Louisiana to Texas because that's where my kids are, grandkids. I stay on the go. I'm a pretty active person. I don't like to let the grass grow under my feet.
That was until pain started making it difficult to stand or walk even short distances.
The way my pain started, it was over time. Before I even retired, I had got to noticing I couldn't walk as far. I would get fatigued. And I thought, it's just old age, and just tried exercising and keeping up, but it just got worse and worse. And here in the last 5 years, it just got to the point where I was going to be in a wheelchair if I didn't find something.
Realizing something was wrong, Mark went to see his family doctor for help.
And I had an MRI, and they told me I had spinal stenosis and that the vertebrae were rubbing each other. So what did I do? I went and bought a gravity table, thinking that if I lay upside down so many minutes, so many times a day, that everything would stretch out and it'd fill back in. But guess what? It didn't work. And I tried all kinds of pills. I would get shots, be good for about 3 months, and then everything would be right back where it started. And I went for therapy religiously. And then I tried also something called dry needling, which is a form of acupuncture. And none of it seemed to work. But it progressively had gotten worse and worse to the point where I was having trouble walking from one side of my house to the other without my back just killing me and having to sit down. So I was spending more time with my butt in the chair than anything else.
When conservative treatments failed to relieve his pain, Mark began contemplating what to do next. While speaking to his cardiologist, they warned him against traditional open back surgery.
Like I finally got to the point, it was either go to a wheelchair and become completely immobile, or else do something and at least try something where I could get around again. But my cardiologist, he just warned me, his saying was, back surgery begets back surgery.
Taking their advice to heart, Mark started researching his options, and that's when he heard about the Bonati Spine Procedures from a friend and former patient.
I found out about the Bonati Institute by word of mouth. The people that I talked to was a friend of mine in high school. His wife had it done, and she had it done, and it's been quite a while. So I called and talked to her. She was 100% all for it because she was probably basically in about my shape. She said that after they talked to her, they told her to be careful because if she could break a bone, I'm in the same shape, and decided to choose this because the amount of downtime. This is a last hope for me.
Hearing what she had to say, he called the Bonati Spine Institute and spoke with a patient advocate. After sending his MRI in for a review, Dr. Bonati called him personally to tell Mark that he was a good candidate for the exclusive Bonati Spine Procedures.
He started telling me all my complications and problems. I didn't have to tell him. He already told me what was going on with me. That impressed me a lot. I mean, I was really impressed. It had an effect on me to where I automatically started getting the ball rolling to get this procedure done.
Patients are often surprised by the efficiency of the Bonati Spine Institute. This due in large part to the state-of-the-art on-campus imaging center.
I've been here 8 days. I think the state of Florida is going to send me paperwork to become a full resident if I stay here much longer. The process of getting me ready for surgery, it was almost like an emergency. I mean, go here, go there, just draw blood, just do this, let's get x-rays. And I mean, it was, now you see the doctor. And I have to say, y'all are very proficient.
Mark was happy to hear that he would be awake for his targeted Bonati Spine procedures, as conscious IV sedation drastically reduces the risks commonly associated with general anesthesia. In addition, this process keeps the patient alert and communicating with their surgeon to ensure the source of their pain is eliminated before they leave the operating table.
The sedation part of it was one of the things that attracted me to it. Watching the procedure, I liked it. I enjoyed being able to open my eyes, or if I close them if I wanted, but I could open my eyes and look, and I could see everything that was going on. Recovery was great, 30 minutes. They take several readings on your vitals, and if they look good, you're up, and they have you walk the length of the recovery room. And after that, you're getting dressed, and they're helping you out to your truck or car. I mean, the recovery is just almost instant.
While recovering from a Bonati spine procedure, surgical guests are not required to wear an uncomfortable brace or suffer through weeks of physical therapy. Instead, they are told to simply walk about 40 minutes a day.
I have friends that I've known that have got a scar from the top of their back, their neck, all the way down to the crack, and went through all kinds of excruciating pain. 30 minutes after the procedure, I was up and walking, and that was just a miracle in itself for me. I didn't want to be on my back for 6 to 7 weeks. Walking is the most important to them to keep the scar tissue broke up.
Mark highly recommends the Bonati Spine Institute to anyone suffering with neck or back pain.
I'm already recommending the Bonati Spine Institute. Several people I know that have back trouble, and I told them, I said, it doesn't cost you anything to go get that MRI and at least mail it to Dr. Bonati, because he will look at it and he will get back to you and he will talk to you. And that costs you absolutely nothing to do that. And I was impressed with that there was no fee to look and give his prognosis.
Mark is looking forward to playing with his grandkids, working on his land, and getting back on the dance floor.
I'm looking forward to being able to get out and walk again, because I've got my place, walk my fences, and stuff like that. My girlfriend likes to dance, and I used to love to dance, country and western dance. And so I want to take her dancing one night and just really show her a lot of fun.
To see more stories of recovery just like this, search for the Bonati Spine Institute on YouTube, Rumble, Roku, Amazon's Fire TV, Google Play Store, and Apple's App Store.